It's time for The Talk with your kid. Go ahead, you can do this.
Can I come in? I wanted to talk,
Ugh, Mom, no.
Seriously, we need to talk about vaping.
Teen vaping has reached an epidemic level, and children as young as middle school are vaping. We can't be in the room with you, but we can help. Check out WellSpan's 10 tips for talking to your kid about vaping at wellspan.org/vape. Have the conversation. Help your kids stay a healthy step ahead of vaping.
Hello and welcome to Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I am Martel Rolling. Thank you once again for clicking on this episode or downloading this episode and subscribing to the podcast. So thank you so much for all that you do for the podcast. Now, it's been a lot going on in the last few weeks or so, and I'm going to be talking about some of those things. But as far as with me, y'all, I've been good. You know, and it's crazy part about it. So I want y'all to know. So I went to Green Bay. I think I mentioned in the last podcast, or I don't know when, but I went to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and y'all know I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I went to Aldi's, and I was in Aldi's for some reason, I think, and yeah, we was at Aldi's, and you know, I never knew that Aldi sold wine. So this is my first time discovering that wine had wine sold at Aldi sold wine. So I'm go buy the wine and stuff, and I'm drinking it right now. And this is actually a pink Moscato. And for $4, this wine is actually pretty damn good. I'm like, wow. Those of you that's wondering, this episode was recorded on Dave. Whoever followed me on Facebook. I went live on Facebook, so this is right now. I started setting up everything about 7 o'clock in the morning. So I've been drinking wine since 7 o'clock because I don't have to go to work today. Don't really have much to do today besides make podcast episodes for you all. But anyways, yeah, so make sure you guys comment on this video. Let me know how you guys are doing, what's going on out there. Thank you guys once again for listening. So, I don't know how to... So Donald Trump. I don't see how this man still has the same amount of supporters that he do. So apparently there was this recording that came out that Donald Trump apparently downplayed the pandemic, which we all knew that he downplayed the pandemic because he didn't really have to say it because we all knew. Talking about he did not want to create panic, but panic still happened. People went out in panic, was panic buying people. It was a lot of panic still. No matter how he put it, panic still happened. And for him to get caught on camera and then to admit that he downplayed the pandemic and yet he still have the amount of supporters that he do, just to show that he really didn't care about the American people. He really didn't care. He don't really care. He don't care about the safety of the American people. He might care about rich America, but he don't care about the regular American people. I don't know if y'all understand. But that was just my whole gist of, you know, of that whole situation. I mean, I get, but instead of, why you ain't just get on TV like, hey, don't panic. You know, we're going to do what we can to get this under control. We know, but you know, panic was still going to happen. So why even go through the whole situation? Whatever, Donald Trump. I'm just so over it. I'm over it. I know I'm all over the place, but for I'm a little tipsy right now. I'm so sorry. But for all you know, I'll let you guys know Tina Marie is still doing well. The baby is still doing well. I'm gonna try to keep you guys as updated as much as possible. I know that I've been sucking at it. You don't have to keep telling me. Okay? All right. Moving along. Tamar Braxton boyfriend filed for a restraining order, a domestic violence restraining order against Tamar Braxton. And this was apparently over her suicide attempt. And I know this happened some time ago, her suicide attempt. I just was, I don't know what's really going on with Tamar. I just don't know what could be going through Tamar Braxton's head. I know it was the whole divorce thing with Vince that went on. I know that she had some miscarriages in the past, but we really don't know when we're going through some of these celebrities' heads, like why would they commit suicide? Because it's obvious that she has a bunch of family and friends who love her. So, as into why she would go to the extent to try to kill herself, we don't know. Now, I, I just don't know what was going through Tamar Braxton's head at that moment. It just, I don't know. What do y'all think happened with Tamar and that whole situation? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think is going on with Tamar in that situation. The wildfires. So there was a video, I believe it was looking over I don't know if it's the Bay Bridge or the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know what it's called over in San Francisco, the big orange bridge that's like really long in San Francisco. But apparently, so there was this live video shot that people were, I guess somebody was showing, and it was orange. Like you couldn't really see anything, and it was orange. And this is all from this wildfire that was started. And apparently, that this wildfire was started by a gender reveal party. I don't know what they really used to start a fire or what could have possibly happened. I'm going to kill these cats just running around like they done lost their mind. I just don't understand them. Like y'all had all night to do that. Like don't normally cats run all night long, and now all of a sudden they want to run through the house like crazy when they see you trying to work. Now they were just calm all the way up until I started recording. Now all of a sudden it's like they know I started recording and they want to run through the house like crazy. But anyways, back to the wildfire. So all this was started over I guess a gender reveal party was going on, and I guess I don't know what they was using, but apparently, I don't know whoever gender reveal party is or whoever was the person who released it, whatever it was to start this fire. They're talking about pressing charges against that person. Um, I didn't know that this fire reached from. I don't know if this was a separate fire. So apparently, one started in it's a wildfire that happened in Oregon that they said it could be the worst in the history of the state. And then there was one far as like down to San Francisco. I don't know how far San Francisco. I want to say San Francisco is like the southern part of California. Let me look that up because I really don't know because I'm thinking from Oregon to San Francisco is it's like it has to be like where is this at on the map? Because it can't be close to Oregon. It just can't because I can't picture. Okay, so this is San Francisco in the southern part. Okay. Oh, so it's not really. Wait, let me zoom out this map. Oh, it's not really that far. Oh, it's northern. I didn't know that. I have never knew that San Francisco was north of and Sacramento. I didn't know. I never knew that was north of California. Oh, okay. So I can see that possibly happen. So apparently, this wildfire reached Oregon. This same wildfire could have reached Oregon, and it could have reached down to San Francisco. That is a pretty big fire, and I wonder how would they put that out. Like they were saying that this fire has burned literally entire towns. So I'm like, I mean, I don't. That's crazy. What was y'all doing? What was y'all thinking? Oh my God! It takes one day, 8 hours to get from my house to San Francisco. That is bananas. Actually, that's actually not that bad considering it took me 2 days to drive from my house to Seattle, Washington. That's crazy. It was only one day and 5 hours from Seattle. Why did it take me Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was stupid and drove in the winter time to get there. I love doing road trips. I want to do another road trip. What do you guys think is a good place to road trip to? Like, what's a good route? Because I'm thinking maybe renting like a suburban. Cause I refuse to put the miles on my car to like rent a suburban or something, and then drive down to probably Miami. But I'm like, that's gonna be too much of a drive by myself, and I don't have a lot of people who can drive far distance. Who I can take with me, who could drive like really far distance, or the people who just won't complain during the whole trip. Like, yeah, there. That's one thing I hate. So one thing I hate is when I'm driving on the highway. Please do not fuss about my driving when I'm on the highway if we're not in a dire situation and you feel like I'm about to kill you. Oh my God, because that annoys the hell out of me, especially when I hear, oh, well, I get anxiety and uh, I get anxiety on the highway, and that's why I do this, and this why I do that. Like all that fussing is gonna cause that person to crash because they're getting annoyed that you're constantly fussing over in the on the passenger side. Like you're not even the one driving, you know. So stop fussing. And unless that person is like one of those people who's going like 90 to like 100 some miles an hour instead of weaving in and out of traffic, yeah, then you got the right to fuss. But where the top speed is probably only about 75 miles per hour, and there's no weaving through traffic being done, shut the fuck up. That's all you got to do is shut the fuck up and let the person drive instead of sitting there nagging a person down, which is going to annoy the person, which is going to distract the person from being able to pay attention because you're steady sitting there nagging. Do not nag people. Do not nag a person while they driving. That is like the worst possible thing that you can ever do. Moving along. So, I'm thinking of putting a panel of people together. I don't know who exactly will be part of this panel because I was listening to another podcast. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea to do that. So it's similar to when me and Tina Marie had did I think that the best black movie of all time or something like that. And so on another podcast, which was the New Day podcast, they had did the best what was it? The best action movie of all time. Now, I per se do not want to do action movies, but I'm thinking of doing something similar to that. So, if you guys have like a category of movies, like the best romance movie or ooh, I think I got it. I think I do got it. Like, what if we do like the best movie of all time, but like based on like movies that involve like music, like performing like biopics where like Selena and What's Love Got to Do with It, and or like Dream Girls, or stuff like that. I think that'd be a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a panel of people together, and we're going to do that. That sounds like a really good idea to do. Moving along. So I don't know about y'all. So I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right? And I swear to God, so one day it went from being like 70 degrees and sunny to the next day it was like 58 and colder than a polar bear foot outside. And then I'm not sure if that was Sunday. No, Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. But one of them days it was dark all fucking day long. Like there was no sun outside. There was no like peak of sun coming through the clouds. There was nothing. Like it was just dark all day. And I don't understand like why I don't even remember it being like that. Like today is a very like gloomy day or whatever, but this is like the kind of gloomy that we used to after it rained for a few days here. But when it was like actually like dark, like they needed almost like needed street lights on dark. It was like dark. So yeah, that was, I don't know, a mess. I don't know. Do y'all have experienced that? And that's one thing, cause I tell people like I want to go to Anchorage, Alaska, or I want to move to Anchorage, Alaska, or just visit. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's so dark there. It's dark 6 months out the year." I'm like, in the southern part of Alaska, I don't think it get that dark. It's not that cold. They're closer to Seattle, Washington. Like, well, not Seattle, Washington. They're closer to Washington State, Anchorage, Alaska. So it's not really. I don't think they experience the same like weather as like northern Alaska. Now, yes, I granted it will get cold because it's Alaska. Of course, it will get cold, but they get summer just like any other. Everybody just think, oh, it's Alaska. It's cold all year round. No, it's not. It's not cold all year round. They get summer just like anybody else. Far as it being dark for so long, I don't know if Alaska really get that dark. I don't believe that. But I'm not. Well, not Alaska. Anchorage, Alaska gets dark for 6 or whatever months people claim it does. So I don't really know about that. But I think it's a beautiful place that I want to go and visit. So I think that'd be a good idea. What do y'all think is a good idea to go visit? I really want. I'm going. I don't know. I'm going off topic, but I know I really want to do this whole road trip thing, and I probably want to do it to next year because hopefully coronavirus will be gone, and Oh my God, he signed with AEW. When did this happen? So, for you wrestling fans out there, Myro, the best man, Myro, who was formerly known as Rusev and WWE, has signed with AEW Wrestling. Why didn't I know this? I thought he said that he was done wrestling. Well, probably because of streaming money. Well, yeah, that'll probably make him more money anyways. Than I don't know, because there are some people who live off of being a streamer, like people who stream like video games, role play, and I love watching GTA roleplay. Shout out to Polecat and What Muppet and Baybugs area and Jeff Feingold, I think his name is, and Damn It Dave. They are some of the hilarious people I have seen do GTA roleplay. Like I have never been that like entertained watching that, and I gotta get another shout out. So Savinci, I finally listened to his albums, well, some of his albums, well, should I say some of the songs off the albums, and I actually love it. Like, so, for those of you that know, So Vinci, I originally found him on YouTube. He was doing Grand Theft Auto roleplay. He's very hilarious. He has all these different characters that he plays and voices, and my favorite thing is like when he gets arrested by the police or something. It's something with the police, and he ends up being arrested or being taken to jail or whatever. And they ask him like, why did he do that or whatever? He be like, I apologize. I'm just ignorant. Like stuff like that. Like I don't know. In that moment, it just be so freaking hilarious when I'm watching him. And that's how I discovered his music. So before some of his videos will play, or some of his live streams will play, he will have like his music playing. So, I finally went on Tidal and I added some of, a lot of his songs off the album to my playlist. So when I'm at work or driving, I listen to the same playlist. And it's like 400 some songs, but a lot of they've been playing a lot of his songs in this playlist. Shout out to Tidal, and I actually enjoy the music. And I keep telling people it's not a lot of rap music that hold on, I gotta drink some wine. It's not a lot of rap music that I really enjoy because I feel like a lot of today's rap artists, they just suck. I don't like them. Their music don't make sense. They don't really rap. The stuff barely rhyme, and then you don't really know what they saying. And I don't know. That is my biggest issue with music right now. Like a lot of music just don't make sense, and a lot of these artists are getting away with making music that just don't make sense. Like I don't get it. Like you don't even really understand what they're rapping about. Like, what are you saying? Like, what made you think of that? It's just crazy that a lot of these artists are getting away or are successful just because they can make put a bunch of nonsense into a song and then put a hot beat on it that chicks or the certain people in the LGBTQ community can twerk to. And there you go. They got a hit single. A song about nothing. I'm going to make a song about nothing. I got the equipment right here. I'm going to make a song about nothing. The song is going to be called Nothing. I think that's a good idea. Who want to help me write a song about nothing? I'm such an idiot. I crack myself up sometimes. But anyways, this is another short episode. So anyways, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. I know it seemed like I was all over the place. I think I learned my lesson about drinking wine while doing this. So, yeah. So, anyways, thank you all for listening to this episode. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram, which is at SCDD Podcast, and on Twitter at SCDD Podcast. And don't forget that you can follow the podcast on Facebook, which is the Same Cast Different Day podcast on Facebook. And we're also available. You can, if you feel free, you want to come on the show, or you want us to tell your story on the podcast, you can feel free to email us at I think it's scddpodcast@gmail.com. So feel free to email us. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Martel Rolling. So thank you all for listening to this episode of podcast, and make sure you go out and vote because your voice matters.
Mike Juneau's Brookfield Buick GMC will get your car running smoothly and efficiently for your travels to work or across the country. Mike Juneau's expert service technicians will quickly, fully service your vehicle for a safe and confident trip. Schedule your appointment today with their easy-to-use scheduling app and see the all-new line of GM accessories. Visit BrookfieldBuickGMC.com right now or stop in to see the sales or service team at Mike Juneau's Brookfield Buick GMC today at 130th and Capitol Drive, where the difference is the dealer.
All fall, you can win a TCL 65-inch TV that would look great while watching college football games. All you need to do is find the Dos Equis signage at your nearest retailer to find out how to enter. TCL is one of the world's best-selling consumer electronics brands. And now, TCL is adding Google TV to its premium and high-performance 5 and 6 series TV lines. So, head to your nearest retailer before the next kickoff to enter and pick up a light, refreshing Dos Equis. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. 2021 Dos Equis Lager Especial, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.